Hey you guys, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Liz.
And this is the Besties and the Books podcast. Welcome, one and all.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us today.
On this beautiful day.
Today's episode, we are going to be doing the books that made us elementary and middle school edition.
So exciting.
We are so exciting. You guys are going to take a trip down memory lane with us. And I can't wait to hear which ones you guys have in common with us.
Yes.
Like which book loves, first loves of books.
This is going to be so cool. I'm excited to talk about
it.
it.
I'm excited because we haven't fully talked about it yet.
No.
And it's going to be a surprise.
We very briefly, we do this intentionally. We very briefly, like, we plan out the episode and kind of think about it, but we try not to share the specifics too much. Yeah. That way it's like all new to us and exciting when we actually talk about it.
Yeah. Because we talk about books all day, but like sometimes we're having a conversation. We're like, ooh, this would be good.
Yeah. And then we kind of like shut it off. Like, okay, work on it. We'll talk about this later.
Yeah.
On the podcast so that you guys can hear our first impression.
So fun. Yeah. I love it.
So before we get into that, we just want to say thank you for being here.
Yeah, so much. I know what it means to take time out of your day and your book to listen to us. So thank you guys. And make sure wherever you are listening or watching this podcast, you follow or subscribe, whatever it is that you do, to make sure that you get notified when we post new episodes, which is every week, by the way. I hope that you guys have been loving that. Yay. Tune in because we are putting them out.
Rocking and rolling.
And also follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Boosties. Well, I don't know what that is. Don't go there.
Don't go there. Don't type that in.
This is a professional podcast, guys.
We're very professional.
Okay. Instagram is Besties and the Books Podcast. TikTok is Besties and the Books Pod. Yes. And that is where you can get some extended content from us. You get to see like some snippets if you're listening to this and you don't get to see the random pictures that we put up whenever need be. You can see it there. You can see it at another time. You can follow us or you can watch us on YouTube for those of you who don't know. That way you can get the full effect.
The full effect.
Full feel.
If you want to feel like you're hanging out with us more visually. What does that mean?
Which is so funny because even when I watch podcasts on YouTube, I'm still just listening.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing, by the way? What's up?
Yeah.
I do laundry and listen to podcasts. I wash dishes. Yeah. It's how I get things done in my life. If I didn't have like podcasts and Audible or just YouTube in general, I wouldn't be getting anything done. Yeah. So let me know what you're doing.
Ironically, right? It's like you'd think it would distract you, but it doesn't.
No, it does. It helps me focus.
Same.
Oh, it's so crazy.
Same. We'll talk about that in a different podcast. That's the thing. It's science. That's a whole science.
It's science.
It is. I don't know anything about that.
It's relevant.
But it's a thing. Yeah. It's relevant. So here's how this is going to work. This is how, I skipped a whole section. I know. Okay. So we're going to talk about our faves and fails of the week.
Of course. As usual.
Yeah. Okay. So this week we went shopping together.
Yeah.
So it's going to be shopping edition. And we don't shop a lot. I feel like, I had revelations. I had revelations about denim.
Things happened. You wouldn't think. You wouldn't think that shopping would be a whole segment to talk about, but it is.
But here's the thing. We
find ways and we experience things and we bring it back to you guys.
Yeah. We're just bringing it to the people.
That's all. You guys what you want. You asked for this.
We did not.
What am I listening to? Just enjoy the ride.
So here's the thing. Listen, I'm a 35-year-old woman.
Listen.
Jeans are hard.
Jeans are hard, guys. Jeans are hard. Pants are hard. Let's get real here. We don't even need to be specific.
We just wear leggings now.
Leggings and sweats.
Fine. Like, we don't judge anyone for that. I'm wearing leggings right now.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing any pants.
I'm not wearing any pants. We're just kidding. We are. We're actually
wearing pants. She's like, don't make it weird.
So, okay. The only jeans there's like two jeans that I like. I like the mom jeans from American Eagle. And then I like, they're like flared cords from like Free People, whatever. That's not even that important.
My phone is vibrating like crazy. Sorry.
So we decided to go into American Eagle because I was kind of like tangentially interested in a flare.
Yeah. So did I plant that seed or were you already kind of thinking about it?
I
was like on my soapbox talking to you about flares coming back and being so excited.
Well, it was that, but then it was also because I found these flared cords from Free People that I really like. So I've been kind of like, I have that in my head. I think we're all getting like, I like an okay skinny jean, but we were just talking about this.
I'm burnt out of the skinny jean, man.
But then also like, here's the thing about skinny jeans. If you're going to wear skinny jeans, just wear leggings.
Yeah. Like why put on uncomfortable leggings?
Yeah.
That's all they are
That's
at this
all
point.
they are is uncomfortable leggings.
Let's get. I don't care what
You're
any
not
generation
fooling
says
anyone.
about what, like who can. Everybody can wear whatever they want, and I think we've all are coming to that time. We don't need to follow any trends. We're just telling you we're happy that these flares are finally able to purchase again, and we're rediscovering them, probably for at least the third time in the last 100 years.
Okay. So when I told Ashley that I thought we should do faves and fails from shopping, it was because I had a lot to say about these jeans.
Go ahead.
And this is why. Okay, so we walk in, and I'm, like, kind of looking at the jeans, and I'm like, whatever. Like, boot cut is back, which is great, but, like, I'm looking for, like, a flare.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, boot cut's fine, but whatever. So I see them, okay? And there's a thing, and I didn't even tell you about this because I wanted this to be, like, a thing we talked about here. I have, and I still to this day, have a pair of American Eagle jeans and the same exact wash of these jeans that I found today, okay? The reason why they're so special to me is because they too were a flare. Mm-hmm. I wore them in high school. They were my concert jeans. Do you remember these?
Oh, yeah, I do.
I still have them, but I can't wear them because, like, the butt is, like, completely ripped. Like, you could, and I probably wouldn't fit into them. Who am I kidding? Okay, but anyway,
you wore them to filth. You know, they were very well. They're well loved.
But they were the perfect softness.
When jeans get soft.
Yeah, they were the perfect softness. They were the perfect rise. They were the perfect flare.
Yeah.
They were from American Eagle, so they were probably like $40, like back in the day, you know? And the icing on top of the cake with these jeans was that I wore them to Warped Tour.
Oh, yes. These are the ones?
These are the ones. Oh. Wore them to Warped Tour, where I met Mike Herrera from MXPX, who was one of my big crushes at the time. And he signed my jeans for me.
That's awesome.
And so that's always stood out as like this amazing moment in my life. He took a picture with me too, but like it was like he signed my jeans because I didn't have anything else because I didn't want to carry a bunch of stuff around with me. I was like, I don't have it. I'm like looking on my body, right? Like, what do I have?
Yeah.
And awesome. He just grabbed a Sharpie and signed my jeans, and that was amazing moment in my little 16-year-old teen life.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So these
They're
jeans,
the perfect jeans
are the same wash.
Yeah.
They're the same softness.
Oh.
They're very stretchy. They're a bit more of a flare than the ones from high school, but that's okay. And when I put them on, they fit me so good.
They did. I can attest to that.
Yeah,
they're
like
great.
so good.
They do good things for us, guys.
They do good things. And I mean, you know, we love a good platform sneaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all about the high top platform Converse. That's pretty much like all I will wear unless I'm wearing like athletic shoes now. And so they'll be perfect with that. So of course, okay, so that is my fave of the week. These jeans, they bring back so much nostalgia in so many good ways.
Aww.
They still fit me good, which is amazing.
Clothes that bring us joy.
Clothes that bring us joy again.
Because of what we want, not because people are telling us to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess technically American Eagle is telling us to do it, but whatever.
Well, we also couldn't. Like, you couldn't access flare jeans for like 10 years. That's
true.
That's what I was upset about.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys have been holding these hostage, and they're just the same exact style. Distressed. It's like they had a warehouse.
Yeah, and they're distressed also. That's another thing. Is they're both distressed. They're the same. Okay, I'll have to pull them out. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll pull them out, I'll take a picture, I'll put it on Instagram. That's
These are my jeans.
Yeah, because the fail was that, of course, they didn't have them in my size.
Yeah.
Because I put them on and the size fit, but I needed a long. So there's a pro tip, guys. If you're looking to buy a flare, and I'm not particularly tall, but like if you're on the taller side, you might need to get a long. So anyways, I have to order them online. They have them online. Great. But that was the fail, is that I didn't actually get them.
To take them home. Yeah.
Yeah. But I know that they're in existence. I found them online. I need to order them probably after this, sometime this evening. And then the infamous jeans. Maybe I'll start wearing them to concerts now that we're going to concerts again. Whoa. Except it'll be really hot at the next one I know we're going to.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
So we're not doing that. But anyways, you know what I mean. That could be cool. But anyway, that's my really long spiel about jeans. Yeah. For the day.
Faves and fail shopping.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Yeah. My faves and fail of our shopping experience. My fail is, okay, so I've already been on this flare train, excited to be on board again, because I did the skinny jean things. Like she said, it's just freaking uncomfortable leggings, though. I would say I still wear them, but I'm never going to put them on again. Any, like, thick, skinny jeans. It's just so uncomfortable. I'm a different person than I was.
You can't get them off at the end of the night. It's like they stick to your ankles and feet. It's like,
yeah. Do I want to take 3 minutes putting on my jeans? No, not really. So flare jeans all the way. So we went to Lululemon and we were at the outlets and I was just trying on a bunch of stuff. I wish I had a photo of that, you guys. So I'll just have to paint the picture. I put on some dark brown flare leggings that seemed fine until I put them on, and for some reason I just look like a centaur. It just very, very hoofed on me for some reason.
Well, it's because they were so tight.
They were so tight down to like right above the ankle, and they were so long on me. Yeah. And I thought I grabbed the same pair in 2 different sizes, and I don't think they were exactly the same because I actually went up a size to just like, let me just try it. My mother-in-law has a saying, while you're trying stuff on in the changing room, you're already naked. Just try it on.
Yeah.
So I stand by that. I live by that motto. Yeah. You're already naked. Just try it on.
It makes sense.
Yeah. So I put on the other pair and they were perfect. Somehow, even though they were bigger, you would think they'd be longer, but it must have been like a different style. So they hit perfectly. They're great. I love them. No centaur achieved in a good way. I wasn't trying. If you need a cosplay as a centaur, Lululemon has the best pants for that.
Hooves, just straight up hooves.
Hoof pants. They were hoof pants. I didn't even show you. I should have showed you guys. Missed opportunity. You just have to trust me on it. And then my fave is I had this vision in my mind of some platform sneakers because Liz has some great Converse, but for me, I'm more of a Vans girly. I used to be a Converse girly. We talked about it. I'm more of a Vans girly these days. And I was just going through the clearance rack. Again, it's at the outlets, which are so good because you can usually do like a buy one, get one half off, and they're already marked down. And they had one pair of white.
They're so cute.
Insert pictures. We'll put pictures of all these things. Insert picture.
just in case you guys
Why not?
Know.
For those watching, like we said, we can post them later on Instagram too for those listening. But the white Vans platform, great. Love them. Sold. Perfect. And then I guess bouncing back to a fave and fail. So I kind of didn't get it because I went to check out Converse and then I thought about it because I am a thinker when it comes to shopping. I'm really annoying. I got to really think out my purchases. No impulse buying for me. And I really mull it over. And I was like, you know what? I'm going back and I'm getting them. But to make myself and my guilty mind that I get about shopping for myself, I'll get shoes for my daughter because she could always use shoes too. Well, we went through all they didn't have any for her. And while we were looking, I happened to find another platform pair in dark green that I instantly fell in love with. And I was like, ooh, I really want these. And they were like super cheap. So when she couldn't find anything, I had those in the back of my mind. I'm like, well, I'm getting those, and they were like $20 for the second pair. Great. So I'm obsessed. I can't wait to wear those. We're going to be going to Alaska later this year. And I'm going to wear those like when we're just putzing around town. I'm not going to hike in them because they're platforms, but I can wear it like going around town for lunch and stuff. So I'm super excited.
Yay.
Yeah. So it was so fun. It was just a fun time. Fun time, guys.
That was our QVC portion.
Right. Golly. Jeez.
But seriously, sometimes it's nice to just be like, you know what? I'm going to wear my platform shoes and my bell-bottom jeans because it's the 70s.
It's the 70s. And this is what we do.
And it makes no sense because we were born in the 80s, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's
like
fine.
late 80s.
Yeah, it's fine.
But the point is, there is a point. You guys, we're all about inspiration on this podcast. Do what you want.
Yeah.
You don't want to wear skinny jeans anymore. You want to wear skinny jeans still? Do it. We're wearing leggings. I like to wear leggings with my platform shoes too. And like a chunky sock.
Yeah.
So now I can like live my bed. Because I don't really have good enough chunky shoes. I have my crazy Crocs, I call them, that I like in the summer. But for the winter, I don't really have ones that other than my boots, and boots just can be clunky.
It's like different than a boot, but serves the same fashion purpose. You know what I mean?
Lighter weight, more mobile, versatile for jumping into action. But yeah, our point is like literally wear whatever you want, whatever makes you happy and brings you joy. Yeah, like those items that we found today truly brought us joy. I haven't been so excited for a shoe. Other than my Crocs in a long time. I was so excited for them. I was so happy that I found what I was envisioning. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's rare that can happen. Because let me tell you, a lot of times when you're ready to shop, you go and you're like, wow, there's nothing. And last time I went, when I didn't want to spend the money, I wanted everything. Yeah. So it was one of those days that it worked out.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about when I get those
when you get to order them. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll order them tonight.
Yes.
That way they'll be there not too long after I get home.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
Big. So there we go.
Right,
there's that.
Anyway, we're going to move now into the 5 books that made us. So obviously, guys, this is, this list might be longer. We narrowed it down to 5 each.
Yeah.
We feel like that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do is, and we did not share this list ahead of time. We know that we have one overlapping just because we know each other.
Yeah.
But other than that, everything is basically a surprise. We're going to take all of them. We've written them down on like little slips of paper.
Yeah.
And then we're going to throw them into, I'm like, can I reach this? We're going to throw them into this jar.
Little
fishbowl thingy.
But not really for fish. I didn't dump out the fish for this video. It's like a candy dish from
it's
Sold
like a
Place.
candy dish with a little like stem on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk about our 5 books that made us, elementary school, middle school edition, why they were so impactful in our lives. And then we are going to kind of do a blind reach into the jar and pull one out. And that's the one that we're going to reread.
Yeah, as a group. Everybody wants to join us.
Whoever wants to come along, we'll be reading a, classic. Yeah. Probably that I'm assuming a lot of you could probably relate to and be excited about.
Yeah. See if we like it as much as we did. More.
Yeah. I'll make a Fable Club for it so that we could comment on it.
Yeah.
And we'll just kind of go from there. So let's get started.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Okay. So do you want to go first? Do you want me to go
first?
Sure. Okay.
Who went first last time?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
You guys, I know so many people read this, and it was a love of mine. Okay. And I think so many people read it because I'm pretty sure it was a part of the curriculum if you were born around the same time we were.
Okay.
Island of the Blue Dolphin. Ooh, let us know in the comments if you read this, how you felt about it. It was one of my favorites. I reread that at least 2 or 3 times. And it has a part 2 that I love too.
See, I did not know about that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about that. So that's crazy.
I think, spoiler, I think she has daughters or something on the island. I don't remember exactly, but it was good. It was a really good book. Lots of mystery and crazy stuff and a coming of age.
Yeah, I remember loving that book. I still have my copy. So if we choose that one, I won't even have to buy it.
I was so excited when I found it. It's like, I
That's
didn't even know. I don't remember why I found it. It was like in the last 6 months too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, put it in the jar.
Put it in the jar. I'm gonna make them smaller, actually.
Crinkle it up.
Crinkle it.
Okay, so
make it grabby.
Let's see here. Okay, my first one that I will share is Little House in the Big Woods.
Oh.
So some Laura Ingalls Wilder.
Let me look it up because I don't.
It's like Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, that's cute.
Did you not read any of those?
Nope.
Oh, man.
I hated the show.
I loved the show.
So I wasn't about to read the book.
Oh my God, I love the show. So I read all of those
What was it called again?
This one's called Little House in the Big Woods. I think it's the first one. So I still have my original copy. It is coverless.
Oh! I don't know if I read it. I had to have. I recognized the cover. Yeah. There you guys go.
Yeah.
There's the cover. Wow, that's a profound cover. I remember that.
Let me see. I want to see if it's the same one that I remember. Yeah.
The girl holding the baby.
Yeah.
Or doll.
I think it's a baby.
I don't know I don't know if I read it, but
I was obsessed with it. I was obsessed with Little House on the Prairie. I was obsessed with the fact that, there were so many books. So I read, a bunch of them. I don't even know how many there are.
Yeah, it looks like there's a whole collector's box.
Yeah. So I have many of them actually still to this day. Wow. But that original one that my parents bought me when I don't even know how old.
Oh, I just remembered another one. Okay.
Literally is decrepit. The pages are yellow. There's no front cover. It fell completely off. I have it on sitting on one of my bookshelves on display in my book room. I wanted to make sure that was in there.
Aww.
So it's going in the jar.
Yay. Dee.
Okay. What do you got?
Okay. That's cute. It looks like it's 9-volume series. That sound about right?
We could just read the first one.
No, I know.
Okay. We're gonna read all
9 of them. Essentially children's chapter books.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we just read one, but I'm just saying it looks like there's 9.
Yeah.
Okay, my next one, it probably is one of the books that made me made me fall in love with fantasy, even though I didn't really know what it was as a genre at the time. Okay. But I remember being so excited to it's a page turner.
Okay.
Find out what's going on.
Ooh.
And I think it's underrated. I don't think a lot of people talk about it these days. Because, I don't talk to a lot of elementary, middle school kids. But The Dark is Rising.
I never read that.
It was so good.
I have no idea what it is.
The Dark is Rising. It is a tale of a boy who discovers like a seal, and he has to like, or an emblem or something like that. It's my.
I was picturing a seal like the sea creature.
Oh, that would be fun too.
Yeah.
It's like a journey story about, and with mystery, and like he's having to stop like the end of the world essentially.
Oh, okay.
So I don't remember details, even though there's a 3-part series and I read all of them. It was a long time ago, and I've lost a lot of brain cells since then. Memory cells. But The Dark is Rising was a really good one. I believe that one was also, we had to read it as a class, but I was so excited because it was so good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. One I've never heard of.
There you go. The Dark is Rising. Let me know if you've read it.
Okay, so the next one I've got here is Little Women.
Ooh.
So I've been obsessed with Little Women forever.
Aww.
As long as I can remember. My grandma bought me my first copy.
Aww.
Yeah, I have a few copies now, I feel like, just kind of like randomly I've collected over the years. Kind of like how I've done with Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
I feel like I identified with, and I know a lot of us did, with Jo a lot. And I loved the movie, and I love the remake movie, and so yeah, just so much about it. It's such a classic.
Aww.
And I have a lot of like nostalgia memories from reading it, and just talking about it with my grandma. So that's in the jar.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. I've never read it or watched it,
but I haven't watched it either.
I just think of Friends when Joey's reading it.
Oh,
and it's like,
do you need to put the book in the freezer?
Yeah. Like, and she dies. Like, yeah. So I would. So
you
excited.
Do know that.
But I don't know what it means. Yeah. I don't even remember the names he said. So I don't really, that's the only context I have is like Friends, them reading it together, which is really cute. Oh my gosh, they did that on Friends. I just realized that. On the Friends episode, they exchanged books.
Yeah, The Shining and Little Women.
Yeah, that's so cute. Oh, and now we're living our best friends' lives. Aww. Best friend lives. All right, the next one. This is one that, Liz and I were getting ready for this episode, and I was like trying to think, I'm like, okay, you forget what books are. And I was like looking up like middle school reads in the 90s.
Okay, yeah.
And so this one came up, and I was jumping up and down, freaking out because I was obsessed with this book. This is a book that I would tell everybody about, and whoever would listen, even if they wouldn't, I'd be telling them about it. They gotta read it.
Exciting.
It was a page turner. It was a mystery. It was The Face on the Milk Carton.
Okay, that sounds vaguely familiar.
They even made like a made-for-TV movie with it later, and it was so good.
I feel like I read that, but I don't remember it.
It was so good. She was a redhead with pigtails. Like, it was brought up a lot in the book. That's why I remember it. And I mean, should I spoil anything? I don't know.
No, don't spoil anything.
Oh, it was so good.
Interesting.
The Face on the Milk Carton.
Yeah, I feel like I read it. I feel like I remember checking it out from the library, but I don't remember what it's about at all.
Yeah, I would say that was like my gateway into like mysteries and like,
interesting. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is definitely a book that made me, even if I didn't remember it until that moment.
I mean, sometimes they're like locked in there, Yeah. They need to be unlocked.
We unlocked it. Yeah. So I'm hoping that we're unlocking some of you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
And
let us know.
Remembering maybe some of the books that you hated and you had to write too many book reports about. Some of them that you loved, and it's just bringing it all back. I love it. It's so fun.
Awesome. Yeah, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So my next one is a classic, and I swear it's like where half my personality came from. Anne of Green Gables.
Aww.
Yeah, so obsessed again with the books, obsessed with the movies. I just rewatched those recently, actually. Love them. Tried to get my husband to watch them with me. I think he made it through maybe one. If any of you guys have watched them, you know they're quite long. That's definitely going in the jar because, like I said, I feel like Anne Shirley was my personality for much of my childhood. So I'm excited to potentially reread that.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of you guys are probably obsessed with Anne of Green Gables.
Oh,
too.
I think there was definitely an obsession. I remember my older sister loved it so much.
Yeah.
But I never got into the show. I don't know. I'm sure she read it. She was a literature major.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never got around to it. So I'd be excited to read that too. I'm excited to read all these. It sounds so great.
I know.
The books that made us. It's great. Okay, the next one. Okay, I'm gonna. I go because I thought of a different one, but I don't even know the title of it. But I remember being obsessed.
Okay.
Just know there was a book about horses that I was obsessed with for a while. It was a book series, different horses on islands and stuff, but I don't remember what the name is.
This is ringing a bell to me,
we'll have to, that can't count because I literally don't remember the name. It's like Mystique rides the wild wind.
I can picture a cover of a horse, though.
There's one where the boy's riding the horse, and he's like on an island, and he like discovers this stuff behind a waterfall, like a whole city. It was really cool.
Yeah, it's sounding familiar.
But I'm not going to count that.
Okay, because we don't know. We'll have to do more research.
Yeah.
And you guys, this might be we might do many of these. So this is just the beginning.
Yeah, true.
There's so many books.
Yeah,
so.
and we're definitely going to do a junior high edition, or no.
This is the elementary, middle school. So we'll do a high school edition.
We'll do a high school edition and then young adult, like what we were reading like first out of high school.
No, that's a good idea. Okay.
Oh, because for sure.
Yeah.
It's like just all Chuck Palahniuk.
Yeah, exactly. It's only his books.
We got some other things. I got some other things. Okay, the next one I will say is Dear America books.
Oh my God.
Which will be so funny if that's picked, though. Because the obsession was real, guys. The obsession was real. That was another one that we were like, stop talking because...
I'm still obsessed.
You said you started collecting them again?
I did. So I had like... a lot of them. So I was really obsessed with the Royal Diaries.
Ooh, yes. That collection. I forgot. Memory unlocked.
Queen Elizabeth, Cleopatra, Marie Antoinette. It started my obsession with Marie Antoinette and the whole French Revolution situation. So all that, totally obsessed with them. I had a lot of the regular ones too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When I moved to college, I donated them all because I'm thinking like, why would I ever need these? You know, they're like kids' books. Well, now, of course, now that I've gotten back into all this, more for nostalgia's sake, I'm like, well, I kind of want them again. And so I started going to, you know, like used bookstores and seeing what I can find. And I've been able to find some really good ones. I have, I rebought Queen Elizabeth, Cleopatra, and Marie Antoinette already.
Awesome.
And they also have like the really pretty like gold edges. Yeah. Like sprayed edges. I'm like ahead of their time. And they have like the bookmark, like the ribbon bookmarks and stuff. Yeah. How cool.
The writers must have been so good for like our age group to be able to captivate us so much that we want to collect them all, read them all. Yeah. You know? And like it's historical. I'm not a big historical reader. I get very tired.
I fall asleep.
So they must have been really good writers, I think, in order to captivate us the way they did.
Yeah.
And some of them were like journal-y.
They were all
journal-y.
They were all journals.
Like from their perspective. Very cool. Very cool.
There was like one from like a girl on the Titanic.
Yes, the Titanic one I loved. Because I was during the Titanic like craze, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I loved the one of like the girl on the Oregon Trail. Because I was obsessed with the Oregon Trail.
Standing in the Light. I just remember her face. Catherine Carey Logan. Captive Diary.
Captive of what?
I don't know. I just remember it. Anne Frank, I read that one for sure. Yeah, there's just like a lot of crazy ones. Like it was great.
Yeah.
It was good. Like it was very good, you know, to hear about plights of other people like at that age too. Kind of like a gentle way of discovering the world and what goes on.
I feel like they also like broached a lot of really important topics,
that's what I mean.
Which could be problematic nowadays.
Yeah, we'll find out if that gets picked.
We'll find out. Yeah, maybe we'll report back on
history was rewritten, which we all know happens.
But yeah, I mean, I was definitely obsessed. So that's cool that those are in there. Okay, so my next one is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes, I was completely obsessed with these books. Complete obsession. Like, thought that I could make this magic happen for myself in my, parents' own closet if I just thought about it hard
If you
enough.
just believe.
If you just believe. Yeah, exactly. So love the movies too. Obviously those came out when I was a bit older, but they were still great. I'd actually love to rewatch those soon.
Yeah, I just watched the first ones with my daughters and they loved it.
They love it?
And I was like, I forgot. Because I watched it in the movie theaters. I remember. You know what? I'm not going to take away from your moment, but what... The Ice Queen, what's her name? Because I never read the books. I never read the books. I never got around to it.
Oh, I don't remember her name because it's been, I literally read these when I was in elementary school.
Well, the queen, that's Icy.
Yeah,
Ice Queen.
Yes.
Her hairstyling was so good.
Was it awesome?
In that movie.
I don't remember.
Because we were in high school when they came out. Because I remember being in the movie theater watching. Her hairstyling was so good. And her makeup. That was when I was like, ooh, that's what I want to do.
That's cool. What a cool moment.
Yeah, I didn't do movie set hairstyling. I really should have pursued that instead. Because
I know, I think
you
about
can
that all
be
the
more
time.
reclusive that way, in a way. You know, you can be outgoing, but like, you know, you're more. I'm not an outgoing person when it comes to being. You
want to be behind the scenes more.
Yeah, I could have. Whatever. You know what? I don't want to say that because I'm here now, and I wouldn't change what my path was at all. But that you kind of forget. You kind of forget
what inspired you.
What inspired you. And I did not remember until I was watching the movie. And I was like, that is what I wanted to do, was like go on sets and do crazy hair like that.
That's
and
awesome.
like, it's not always the case. And you're just like doing basic, you know, fluffing of people's hair.
Yeah.
But yeah, her hair and makeup was so good in that movie.
That's so cool. Now I'm excited to rewatch them.
Yeah.
This is completely unrelated, but related.
Everything
As
in
a
this
makeup
podcast.
artist. So I wanted to get into doing like the kind of blood and guts gore.
Yeah.
I also didn't end up going down that path.
Yeah.
I ended up, you know, owning a spa and working in a more traditional beauty sense.
Yeah.
But you want to know what inspired me to want to get into that line of work?
Cabin in the Woods.
Close.
Oh.
Cabin Fever.
That's what I meant. Dang it. That's what I meant. The shaving the legs scene.
Yeah.
I remember you coming back from that movie. Gross.
If you like gross stuff, look it up.
Gross.
If you don't look it up.
That's what I meant. Let the record show.
Yeah, I'm glad you know.
With the guy from Boy Meets World.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's such a classic. If you like Eli Roth, it's one of his earlier ones.
Yeah.
Just the blood and gore was amazing.
Yeah.
So
I
anyway,
don't like horror movies, but I love doing the makeup for it. Like the zombie makeup and everything. It actually
So
helped me
fun.
like be okay with it for a little while. And then I got like grossed out again.
It's kind of fun to just like be able to
They're so
create
creative.
that.
Yeah. Because a lot of techniques they're like always creating on the spots and stuff. It's just fascinating.
It's really cool. So we digress, but there's a little bit into our personalities, just in case you're
Chronicles of
curious.
Narnia.
Yeah, Chronicles of Narnia, Cabin Fever, same. But yeah, so the story I have about Narnia. So my grandma, she was a really, really big influence for me when it comes to reading. My mom read to me a lot. My mom and dad both supported my intense reading interest from the time I was really little. But my grandma, that was kind of our thing. Is every time I go visit her, or lots of times when I go visit her and stay at her house, she would take me to the bookstore and let me pick out a new book. For my birthday, she always bought me books. For Christmas, she always bought me books. I have many inscriptions in her handwriting, you know, that has inspired some of my tattoos. And so she took me to the bookstore, and that's how I collected my Chronicles of Narnia collection. Yeah.
You're going to tell the story?
Yeah, I have to.
Such a cool story.
Yeah. So this is, we've talked about it. If you watched our About Me episode, we grew up in very rural town. So we had a very, very small bookstore, but there's like a certain style, you know, that's just popular. It was like the Scholastic whatever edition that came out in the, I don't know, probably early 90s, I think is what it was. I think it was like 92 or 94 or something. I looked at it. Yeah. So I collected all of them, whatever, moved away to go to college. I kept them, but somewhere along the line, like moving from roommate to roommate, as you do when you're in college, I lost one of the books. So I had my collection, but I lost one. I can't remember which one it is now. If it was like 3 or 4, whatever. That's not really that important to this. So, but it always kind of bothered me. Yeah. That I had made it all the way to this point in my life, and I had this set, but I was missing one. And fast forward to, you know, now I live completely on the opposite end of the state. You know, I live in Northern California now. It's been, I'm like, literally 25 years. Yeah. Probably, right? Maybe. Yeah, I'm like, how old am I? Yeah, like 25 years or maybe more than that. Yeah. And this was only like, what, maybe a year ago? Yeah. Less than a year ago.
Because I remember talking to you like as it was happening.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. I had already started my Bookstagram, so less than a year ago. So maybe like 8 months ago. I had been working a wedding out kind of in the country area. And I had finished it up earlier in the day. And there's a bookstore it's a really small bookstore. It's kind of out of the way for where I live. But I was like, you know what? I'm already out here. I'm just going to, you know, get myself a little treat for working this big event or whatever. And so I go into the small bookstore and I'm looking and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to look in the children's section because like, why not? They literally had the exact same edition in the one I was missing at this bookstore. And it was like $4 or maybe even cheaper than that, like $2. I don't even know. So I was able to buy it. It was just so weird that
it's so crazy.
I went to this bookstore just on a
randomly,
whim, like one I never go to really.
They didn't have the whole set, just the one.
Just the one, and it was the same you know, it was like the same ones that came out at that time. It matches it perfectly, whatever. Came home and was able to put my book in and complete the set.
What a moment.
Yeah, it was really satisfying.
Oof.
It was also just really cool because I was like, what if? Like, you even said, you were like, what if that's your original book?
That has to be.
It was just crazy. So anyway, that was the magic of the Chronicles of Narnia for me.
It's yeah. It was trying to get back to its home. It went through the wardrobes.
It went through the wardrobes, came back out in McKinleyville, California.
What are the chances? Like you said, you're working that wet. Like, everything has to line up perfectly for things like that to happen.
It was cool.
It blows my mind. It's crazy.
$2.50 or $4 or whatever can still buy you happiness in this life.
It's so hard to believe.
But it's
true. You can find it if you're looking.
Yep.
You know where to look.
So, are we on our last one for each of us?
So the last one we could just say together because we know this one is our sames.
Yeah, so this is one that we had in common. We knew we'd have it in common from the beginning.
Yeah.
The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is like that. So it'll get 2 votes. It'll go in the jar twice. Yeah. Just for fairness purposes.
Yeah.
I feel like most of you guys can probably relate to this one.
Especially if you love fantasy as we do. Yeah. The Hobbit is a big book that made us. A big kicker into Adventureland and journey stories and good versus evil and magical creatures.
All the things.
All the things that we love.
I mean, I talked about this briefly in another podcast. I don't remember which one it was, but I was just talking about how that was like the Hobbit was the book that really I loved reading Grimm's fairy tales. I collect Grimm's fairy tales books. I have a ton of them. I love Disney stuff.
Yeah.
I read all that. Had all the little cute Disney books.
Yeah, for sure.
But the thing that really solidified and transferred me over into like the high fantasy space was The Hobbit. Yeah. Because my 5th grade teacher read it aloud to us in class.
So cool.
And it like completely like just made me obsessed. So that's where my obsession with The Hobbit came from. And then the rest is history, obviously. But I haven't reread it in a long time.
No, yeah.
So
in a long time.
I'm excited if that gets picked for us to do a Hobbit reread.
Yeah, same. That was just like one of those assigned books we have to do. And I was like, when you get assigned books, they're not always great.
Ours wasn't. We were never assigned The Hobbit.
Yeah. Well, you were read to it of. So, in a way.
Yeah, in a way.
Because ours was later, too. It wasn't 5th grade. It was more junior high, middle school time. And I remember being like, oh, wow, this is so cool. Yeah. Like, I love it. And it was love at first read.
What a classic.
And then, at the same time, I can't remember the timeline of Lord of the Rings coming out. Lord of the Rings come out in freshman year? I feel like junior high. I don't know. But it was like done so well, and then the obsession continued. I want to say I almost kind of like I loved The Hobbit, but I wasn't really like giving it a lot of like thought.
I'm curious. Okay, I'm gonna look it up right now because I went to the for anyone who needs to know how big of a nerd I really am. I went to the midnight showing of every single one,
including the Fellowship.
Including
oh, that's awesome.
All of them. Yes.
My family was obsessed. I don't know how many of them still obsessed, but as a family unit, we were obsessed with Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. The movies disappointed me.
Oh, I love
really
them.
Too many for how.
Wait, too many of The Hobbit or
too many of The Hobbit?
Yeah, there are too many of The Hobbit.
That's what I'm talking about. Not the Lord of the Rings movie.
I know. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Absolutely not. No, the Lord of the Rings was great, but how do you make The Hobbit into 3 separate movies that you did? 3 separate movies of the.
It doesn't make sense.
Grand stories.
We can agree on this.
Yeah,
I feel like
think
most
everybody
of us
can agree on that. But.
So The Fellowship of the Ring. So Lord of the Rings came out. It started coming out in 2001.
Yeah, so 8th grade. But probably that summer.
2001, 2002, and 2003 is when they came out.
2002, we were starting freshman year of high school.
Okay, yeah.
So it probably came out in the summer or maybe Christmas time. No, 2001. So it would have been the Christmas or the summer. Because, big movies like that usually launch.
I feel like it was Christmassy time.
Yeah.
I feel like it was wintry time.
Then, yeah. So going into high school.
And then I remember
yeah, that makes sense. Because we were like running around our backyard. I lived in the mountains. Like we had like 10 acres or something crazy. 20 acres maybe. I don't know. Of mountains. And it was raining and we'd like go out, me and my brothers and sisters, and like pretend that we were in Lord of the Rings world.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. See, my family was not really, I didn't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of the one outlier who was really, really into fantasy stuff. Everyone encouraged me to read, but I didn't really have that same...
Yeah, my dad, like, read all the books. I have fond memories of him with his... He's so sweet and so cute. He'd be reading it, but he'd fall asleep, as me and him do. We're sleepy. We're sleepy, boys and girls. And he had his finger on his book, and his big old thing, we got him, like, a special collector set for Christmas, and, like, head back. He had a toothpick in his mouth, like...
That's cute.
I fell asleep. It was so cute. I'll always remember that.
Oh, I love that.
So it's good, like, books that made us, for sure. Hobbit and Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, and it looks like the Hobbit, because I remember this. The Hobbit came out in 2012, 13, and 14.
Yeah.
So I remember this because I also went to all the midnight showings of these.
Yeah.
And the one in 2013... I'd be curious to look up the actual exact date. Whatever, I'll do that later.
Yeah.
But in 2013, I remember I had just met my husband... And I had invited him to go to the midnight showing of The Hobbit, the second part.
Part 2.
Right? Yeah, which knowing him now, I'm like, did you even watch the first one before? I don't even know. Whatever. He loves fantasy and sci-fi and stuff, but like at the same time, he's not obsessed with Tolkien the same way we are, so it could go either way.
Yeah.
And, we had plans. He was commercial fishing at the time, and he like, canceled last minute once I was, like, already in line.
No.
But I was with friends, so it was okay. It's not, I mean, I'm also okay to go to the movies alone. But I remember, and I still, to this day, I'm like, you canceled on me for part 2 of The Hobbit at the midnight showing, and I'll never forget that.
I'll never forgive you!
I'll never forgive you for that. Yeah. So, good. It's good memories, though. Good memories.
Thanks for the memories. Yeah. They were great.
So those are the 5 from each of us.
Oh, there were the 5. And you know what? I just realized we had an epic fail. But maybe we'll have to include it in high school. Because maybe it was more high school. Because it just like really became and glued to our souls in high school.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Dude. Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, well,
we went to high school.
Yeah, I mean, I feel
that's when it really like attached to my soul. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of when I got my first copy.
Exactly. Like, we knew the story, but when did it start? It started in high school.
I feel like it started in high school because it was kind of like a thing that we commonly bonded over also.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know that I even read Alice's Adventures in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass until later.
High school it is.
Yeah, we'll put it in there. That'll be our one common one for the high school edition that we do. Yeah. That sounds good. Okay, so are you going to do the honors or should I?
Ooh. Let's shake it up. Let's get the ASMR going. There you go. There you go. And the visual's great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, I don't know. I'm
excited. Don't look.
Do you want me to pick or you pick?
You pick.
So much pressure. I'm so excited. What is it going to be? Okay.
I'm excited to read one of these again.
I'm going to unfold it. You read it. You guys see it.
Okay, you're holding it upside down. Turn it back over. The dark. No, I can't see it. The dark is rising.
Oh, the dark is rising. A fantasy related.
So this will be a new one for me.
Ooh, I'm excited to see if I like it as much as I did before.
Cool. I get to read something new.
Adventure Boys.
Cool.
Boy. I don't remember. One boy.
That's awesome. So yeah, if you guys want to read that with us, we'll make a Fable Club. We'll put that up soon. Keep an eye out for that. I'll post it.
Sounds
Whatever,
good.
We'll post about it.
Yeah.
And then that way you could read it alongside us if you would like to see our commentary and whatnot.
If you have kids of that age, you should have them join you.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah. I can't wait I'll put all these in my daughter's room and say, get to reading. Pick one of Pickable.
Let us know your thoughts.
Yeah. I want to read all those books too that you did.
Yeah.
Anna Green Gables and Little Women. Yeah. I definitely want to read that. Yeah. I need to see what all the fuss is about.
I feel like I'm kind of in the Lion, the War, I can't even say it right now. You guys know what I'm talking about. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Yeah. I'm like in that mode now. I'm like, I want to read those and then like watch the movies.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So that'll be later. Whatever. We're going to do this one. I'm super excited about it because I never had even heard of it before.
There you go.
Oh, another one just came to me. That this was definitely elementary school edition.
Yeah.
But we'll just mention it, right? It'll just be like do you remember that? I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. The BFG. Did you read that?
I didn't read it, but I remember you liking it.
I was obsessed with that book, guys.
I remember just because when the movie came out, I was like, that acronym.
Yeah.
That acronym, though.
Yeah.
I was like, big F and giant.
Yeah. But
like, what is this movie?
I totally loved it. I remember I was obsessed with it.
What is the acronym, really? Big friend giant?
Friendly.
Big friendly giant. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, whatever. That just popped into my head. But yeah, I'm excited to read that, and then we'll obviously do a follow-up episode where we talk about it.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
You can
look
forward to that too.
Yeah, it'll be so fun.
So, you ready to wrap this up with the smash or pass?
Smash or pass, baby.
Okay. So you went first last time.
Yeah, so you go first this time.
Okay. So you ready?
Zone. I'm in the zone.
This one could go either way. I'm curious about it because we were kind of talking about it another day.
Time.
Okay. Smash or pass? Wolverine.
Smash.
Ha! We got a smash out of Ashley.
Smash out of Ash. Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah, in any form.
Okay, so animated and
but Hugh Jackman's
live
at the
action?
top for sure.
Yeah.
Let's get real.
I mean,
yep.
You turned down Hugh
Let's
Jackman.
get
Are you okay?
Dangerous. Okay.
Let's get dangerous.
All right, smash or pass,
Okay.
Liz.
Ready?
Darth Maul.
Oh, pass.
Too
much.
It's the horns
Yeah.
and the paint.
It's the paint.
I mean, I don't think he's really painted. I've been thinking about that lately.
Is that just his skin?
Is that his skin or is it paint?
It doesn't
Does he
matter.
paint it every day? I think it's his skin. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's the eyes. It's the horns.
It's a lot.
I'm surprised. I thought for sure you would say pass. Because why not?
You mean smash?
I mean, smash. Sorry.
no. It's a little too. He's a little too like devilly for me. Like, but not in a good way. You know what I mean?
But he has a double-ended lightsaber. Take that what you will.
I was like, what's happening right now? Also, you know,
It's the robes.
I'm just loyal to like one man of this faraway galaxy.
Far away
Yeah.
galaxy.
So there's that too. But yeah, just too much for me. There's too much going on.
Fair enough.
All right.
I would
good.
also pass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
obviously.
it would super surprise me if you said smash on that one.
Never know with me.
No
Never
judgment,
know.
though.
Yeah,
if he's
of
your
course.
thing, he's your thing.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. I know. I just imagine like paint everywhere. Not a good way. Not in a Farrah
Yeah,
way.
I was gonna say not in a Akatar.
like just in
a
it because if you know, speaking of makeup artistry, if you know like theatrical face paint, it's not really paint. It's like very waxy and it doesn't dry and it like gets everywhere and you can't get it off and it
I was
stains
gonna
everything.
say it like gets everywhere while simultaneously like staying on your skin forever. It's like how does it do that?
It stains. It's
Yeah.
so pigmented.
It's so pigmented.
So it's As it was, yeah.
So anyways, it would just be a problem. So both of us are a no on
Yeah.
that. But both of us would. Oh, I didn't say. I mean, does it? I think it goes without saying. Both would be a yes for Wolverine.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah,
sorry, you
Yeah,
guys.
just to clarify.
Liz's bachelorette party we had at like an adult summer camp, and
We'll talk about that a different day.
one of the decorations I did was just like miniature pictures of Wolverine hidden throughout the cabin.
It was great.
And one big one.
One big one.
Yeah, one big one. And one of them was supposed to be really big and it actually came out like this big. So,
But it was a good time.
it was fun. There we go. Thank you guys so much for
Thank you
tuning
so
in today.
much.
Make
We
sure to
appreciate you.
like, comment, subscribe, follow, do all the things for anywhere that you listen to us and our podcast. And don't forget, follow us at Besties in the Books. We're going to be posting on Fable Link. You can join us in our read. It'd be so fun. Tell us also in the comments if you're watching on somewhere that you can comment. Please tell us what at least one of your favorite like books that made you as a kid.
Yeah.
I want to know from you guys too.
I feel like we have like this was back in the day of collective experiences, but I also think that there might be outliers. Like right now, I've never read the book that you picked.
Well, we went to different schools too, so that helped.
Yep.
So
right.
there you go, you guys. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you being here, and we'll see you next time.
Or another time. Or the next one.
Bye. Bye.